Stories for Children by Swami Vivekananda. The Little Mongoose. Once upon a time in India, there was a little mongoose. One half of his body was a beautiful golden color, but the other half was a plain brown. This little mongoose went wandering about in many different parts of the country, and wherever he went, he rolled on the ground and then looked at his body to see if the brown half had become golden, like the other half. But no, it never had. He was still half golden and half brown. He was very sad. I must find a place, he thought to himself, where people have been kind and unselfish. It will be a place where people have made a great sacrifice, where they have given away even their own food in order to help those who had none. If I roll on the ground in such a place, the brown half of my body will become golden, like the other half. One day, the little mongoose reached Kurukshetra. The great battle of Kurukshetra was over, and the 5 Pandava brothers wanted to do something to show how happy they were that they had won the battle. They decided to show their happiness by giving food and gifts to poor people. So they called all the poor people together and gave them a great feast. More and more poor people came, and the Pandava brothers sent more and more food. Then, when all the people had eaten enough, the Pandava brothers sent them money and clothes and jewels. So the poor people were no longer poor, and they all felt very happy. The little mongoose stood in one corner beside a very old man. Together they watched all that was happening. "This is wonderful," the old man said to the little mongoose. "How kind and unselfish the Pandava brothers are. What a great sacrifice they have made to help these poor people. Such a great sacrifice the world has never seen before." "Is that so?" replied the little mongoose. "Is it a great sacrifice? Have they given away their own food? Have they nothing left for themselves? If that is true, then when I roll on the ground here, the brown half of my body will become golden like the other half." The little mongoose then rolled and rolled on the ground. "Have I become golden? Have I become golden all over?" he cried. The old man looked at the little mongoose. "No," he said. "No, you have not. You are just as you were before, half golden and half brown." The little mongoose was very disappointed. "Then what you say is not true," he said to the old man. "This is not a great sacrifice. It is not a sacrifice at all." The old man was shocked. "How can you say this is not a sacrifice?" he asked. "You have seen for yourself how much money has been spent. Money and food, clothes and jewels, all were just poured out for those poor people. No one has ever before given away so much. It was indeed a great sacrifice." The little mongoose looked at the old man. "Sacrifice means giving up something," he said. "It means taking something away from yourself in order to help others." The little mongoose sat on the ground in front of the old man. "I once saw a very great sacrifice," he continued, "and it was when I rolled on the ground at that place that one half of my body became golden. That is why I am searching for another great sacrifice. When I find one, I shall roll on the ground there, and then the other half of my body will become golden, and I shall be golden all over." "Please tell me about that sacrifice," the old man replied. "I would like to know how you became half brown and half golden." "Come, sit down beside me," answered the little Manguj. I shall be happy to tell you that story. The old man sat down and the little Manguj told him the following story. I was living, said the Manguj, in a small village far away from here. And in that village there lived a Brahmin whose name was Haridas. Haridas lived with his wife, his son, and his son's wife. They were very poor, so poor that often they did not have enough to eat. Haridas had some holy books, and he read stories in those books about great men and women who lived long, long ago. Then he visited the village people in their houses and told them those stories so that they would learn how to be kind and helpful to each other. In return, the village people gave him small gifts. Sometimes they gave him some rice or flour, and sometimes some vegetables and fruits. Whatever the village people gave him, he took home to his family and carefully divided it into 4 parts, so that he and his wife, his son, and his son's wife each had an equal share. In this way, Haridas and his family were able to live. There came a time, however, when the village people themselves did not have enough food. There was no rain, and the crops in the fields dried up and withered away. For 3 years there was no rain, so all the wells dried up too, and day after day the people had nothing to eat. Also, they had nothing to give Haridas, so Haridas and his family were starving too. They grew thin and weak, and as the days passed, they grew weaker and weaker, and it seemed that they would die. One day, some travelers passed through the village, and when they found that the people there had no food, they gave them a big bag of flour. The village people were very happy, but they did not forget Haridas, their teacher and friend. They sent him a little of the flour. Look, wife, cried Haridas. Here is some flour. At last we can have something to eat. His wife looked at the flour. There is not much, is there? She said. It is not enough for 4 people. I will make chapatis for you 3. No, no, said Haridas. We are all starving, and now that we have some flour, we must all eat. So make 4 small chapatis, all exactly the same size. Very well, his wife replied, smiling. I shall do as you say. She and her son's wife then took the flour and made 4 small chapatis, all exactly the same size. The chapatis are ready, cried Haridas' wife excitedly. Let us eat them quickly, for we are all so hungry. She then gave 1 chapati each to her husband, her son, and her son's wife, and kept 1 for herself. Just as they were about to eat their chapatis, however, there came a knock at the door. Who can it be? Said Haridas as he put down his chapatis and went to the door. Haridas opened the door, and there stood a man, a poor man with torn clothes. Haridas did not know this man, for he did not belong to the village, and Haridas had not seen him before. What can I do for you, sir? Asked Haridas. I am on my way to Varanasi, sir, the stranger replied. I asked some children down the lane to show me the house of a good man, and they brought me to you. I am tired and hungry, sir. May I rest with you for a while? I am really very hungry. Haridas looked carefully at the man's face. Yes, he looked tired and weak. He needed food. Come in, sir. You are our guest. To serve a guest is to serve God. You are welcome, Haridas replied. He took the guest into the room and gave him a place to sit. We ourselves have not much to eat, said Haridas. But today we happen to have some chapatis. See, here is a chapati for you. Haridas then picked up his own chapati and gave it to the guest. Haridas's wife, his son, and his son's wife were still holding their chapatis. They watched the guest as he quickly ate up the chapati Haridas had given him. Ah, that was good, he said to Haridas. But, sir, one small chapati makes a hungry man feel more hungry. Oh, I am so hungry, and my stomach is burning. I think I am going to die. And the guest put his hands on his stomach and groaned with pain. Haridas' wife looked at her husband. Give him this, she said, and held out her chapati. No, no, dear wife, replied Haridas. That is yours. It is for you. You must eat it. But we are householders, aren't we? Replied the wife gently. And here we have with us a poor man who is very hungry. It is our duty as householders to see that he is fed. You have already given him your own chapati. So now it is my duty as your wife to give him my chapati. You have nothing more to give him, so I must give him what I have. Then Haridas's wife gave her chapati to the guest. The guest took the chapati eagerly and quickly ate it up. Do you feel better now? Asked Haridas' wife. No, no, I don't feel better, cried the guest. I feel worse. Oh, I am so hungry. And again he put his hands on his stomach and groaned with pain. I am hungry, he shouted. I am burning with hunger. Haridas's son gave his chapati to the guest. It is my duty to help my father to his duty to a guest, he said. Eat this, my friend, eat this. You are our guest. The guest took the chapati and quickly ate it up. Do you feel better now? Asked the son's wife. Not much, replied the guest. I am still very hungry. Oh, then eat this, replied the son's wife, and she gave her chapati to the guest. At last the guest felt satisfied. Now I am all right, he said. I must continue my journey. The guest stood up. May God bless you all, he said. Haridas opened the door and the guest went on his way. That night Haridas, his wife, his son, and his son's wife all died for lack of food. The little mongoose and the old man were still sitting in a corner of the field in Kurukshetra. As the story ended, the little mongoose fell silent. He seemed to be thinking of something far away. Go on, said the old man. That is not the end of your story. You have not told me yet how you became half golden and half brown. Ah, replied the little mongoose. Those four people made a great sacrifice, didn't they? To help a poor man, they gave up their food and they gave up their lives. I was there, hiding in the room, and I watched it all. It was very happy to see their sacrifice. In fact, I felt quite excited about it, for I had never before seen a sacrifice like that. I was so excited that I joyfully rolled on the floor. A little of the floor, just a very little of the floor from those chapatis, had fallen on the floor, and I rolled myself in that floor. There was so little that only one half of my body picked up the floor, and at once that half of my body became golden. Since then, I have travelled far and wide looking for another sacrifice like that, but nowhere have I found one. Nowhere else has the other half of my body become golden. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.